Okay, so let's start it.
Yes, sir.
Getting my PPT?
Yes, visible, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So this topic is something different in that sense that research project yesterday, Mr. Rana was talking about the research project, how to formulate a research project. Even also, if you have doubt, I will clarify on that. But the research project, when we talk about the research project, so managing as is a project management, as research project also, how to manage a research project. And a lot of you, we have professor and faculties here who are already conducting number of research projects. Even if you are dealing with research project as a NGO or the consultancy firms on the CSR project related to research and other, then also is how to manage the research project, which is very important aspect, which is one of the important aspect that how you are going to deal with the research project. So it is not the formulation of research project, but I am going to tell you today that these some inputs that can excel your handling of research project. Okay, so how to handle, how to manage research project and different aspect that I am going to discuss today step by step, or anything if you have in your mind, then we can go. So first is that most of the cases is, you know, this term is called principal investigator, right? Sometimes research director also, but generally in the academic arena this is called as a principal investigator. So principal investigator means the who are manager. You can say I'm not going to the academic, right? I'm not going to the academic thing, whether you are from the botany, whether you are from the zoology, whether from the commerce or another, whether you are professor, whether assistant professor, whether you are uh, NGO, working in NGO. I'm not going to that. I'm not going to regarding your academic credibility. I'm going to the point of view of you as a manager, right? How we are going to manage it. So mostly when we go to that, when we talk about the principal investigator, most of the cases is treated as a academic thing, right? But here I am trying to tell you something different. That is called that you are the leader and manager. How you will manage. I'm not going to tell for how many review of literature you will do. This is academic thing. Which library you should go, what software you will follow. I'm not going to that. I'm going to tell you that being a manager, how you'll do that. So that's why it's a project management. It's a intellectual leadership. So intellectual part is one. So it's a leadership of the research project for the overall management of the research. So you can understand as a manager, if you are sound in academic also, but sometimes it is a very difficult to manage. Say your staff, your finance, other things that is required to manage as a principal investigator, right? So if it is a supervisor, most of the cases supervisor they are dealing with the project PhD scholar. They are supervising and giving the intellectual things, some administrative work, no doubt about that. Formation of the research committee, passing to these, sending to, I mean, the academic that register or the controller of examination, talking to them, and then sending the thesis to outside, getting the comments. So those things is a mostly intellectual ingredient. But when you are getting a funding project as a research project, you are getting that time there are your role is something different beyond your academic or the intellectual capacity. So that's why it's called intellectual leadership of the research project, but overall management of the project. So you have to know, even if you tell that I am a very good teacher, I don't know how to deal with the bills and these rules, I don't know. No, it's not possible. You have to face a problem. Even being a good academician also, but if then even the audit and other things there, you have to face the music. So chartered accountant and see there will be a lot of objection. The university will give you a lot of objection for that. So being only the intellectual person or the academic thing may not be sufficient. So that's why you have to know little bit on some aspect related to as a manager, right? So you got the project absolutely from your intellectual capacity, but the managing a project is that's why we are coming here. And to management and development of researcher, then as a PI, your research will demand high level of expertise in your discipline. I am assuming you have the sound that, and a great deal of specialized knowledge which puts you in the forefront in the field, definitely. Further, you have a research team. Your research team will be looking for you to demonstrate this expertise and knowledge as you shape the project and what they will do that. However, each research does not take place in a vacuum. There is a number of important areas related to your research, and research. The intellectual leadership is also important. So when we are talking about this principal investigator, it is not, again and again I am telling, I am not dealing with that how much you have the intellectual capacity. I am talking about the areas where you have to concern as a manager, as a leader, right? So you see that first, if it is a domain A, if you see, there is this knowledge base, cognitive ability, and creativity. So first you think that whether you should take a research project or not, whether research is giving you some extra mileage or it is going to create another extra burden to you. That you have to understand first. So knowledge and intellectual ability, whether you have that, I can't apply to each and every project. There are maybe many more projects, but whether I should know what is my periphery, right? What is my domain, that I should be very well. That's why the first thing is that there may be number of research projects, floating of project, different expression of interest, RPFs are there, but whether you will be able to do or not. So what is your domain? So first you have to understand this, your knowledge base, cognitive ability to do that. You have number of projects. Why you will take another one? Extra burden. Let us finish it. I will not take this. Recently one research project already floated by the ICSSR. So one of my teacher told that he has sent me and he told that you can apply. Then I told, no sir, right now I am not in the position to take that. I have done that. Now the examination and other things are going on and other thing. So I have to stop that. Maybe the next phase I will take, or I will try to for that. So the cognitive ability and your creativity. So if you think that it is already you are overburdened, some other issues are there, maybe the family issues are there, maybe some other professional role you are playing. Right now, if I am as a head in charge in the department, then I have to take the administrative role. I have to go for the teaching, then a research project. So whether I should take all these things at a time and whatever I am getting. So this first you have to understand your domain first, sound domain of that. Even sometimes even your specialized area, specialized themes and the other. So this is number one. Number thing is that, as I mentioned, is the domain B, your personal effectiveness, whether how you have the personal qualities are there, whether you can handle this project or not, what is your mental strength, then self-management on that aspect, and the professional and career development. So as I told you, this thing it is not related to your academic, right? It is, as I told you, it is not the domain like that, your knowledge on that particular subject, but this is your personal, because when you are taking a project, when you are taking a research project, maybe research project is always a good that it will give you a lot of in-depth study. It will give you a number of supporting hands as a research staffs and other. Definitely outcome of this maybe book or some publication. So in your academic arena or some other way, the report, even if it's you are working in NGO, your report to the funding agencies will help you and that. But it is also important that it is coming to you. You are a person, right? So you are a person, you have other family obligation, you have other responsibility, you are under. So whether those things are allowing, maybe something your domain, it is fitting with that, you have expertise or for the particular issue or the particular theme, but whether personally you are ready for that. So your personal quality, how much you are thinking, because you are a human being, it's not a machine, right? That is as a human being, how you are going to balance with the your society, your family, and other things, then it should come. So these are the other domain. So when you are taking a research project, so it's slowly, if you see that those shapes are like looks like pizza. Okay, so the first part and the second part is a personal. Third is coming at the research governance and organization, which is also important. The knowledge about the standard requirement and the professionalism to do the research, whether you have that management quality or not, whether you have the professional the research governance within your organization. So how the organization is ready in terms of finance, in terms of funding, and the resources are available on that. I have seen one of my colleague, he got supposed to get a big project, about 9 crore project, and our university told we can't give you space for that. So entire thing, the network project, they had to stop. They told that, oh, this activity we need space. Right now we don't have the space to do that. Sorry, we can't do that. So the a project of 9 crore, he could not get it. So it's a governance. Similarly, I supposed to get about 1 crore project related to preparation of that village plan for around 400, uh, 480 villages. They told that, we government of Tripura, they told that please make a plan for that. Each village, as you know, that GPTP, it's called Gram Panchayat Development Plan in India. So they told that we can. So we made the thing, number of presentation with this. I did that. When the time came in the MOU, then our authority, they told that it will be difficult for us to handle and this. So end of the day, we could not sign, and the funding agency, they choose for another institution, another, and so those kinds of things, that organization, the professional things, organizational uh, governing structure, those things, because there are some certain terms and conditions, the matching grant. Sometimes the research thing, they used to do some matching grant, some MOU can to be signed or not. So those kinds of atmosphere, whether it is available, if you are running like yesterday, Mr. Rana was telling about that CPU, Center for People and Environment, and they are conducting number of research projects. And yesterday was the CP birthday, sixth birthday. So that birthday, he was celebrating with the cake cutting and other thing, because it is his own organization. He is owning that thing. So he is the person who was making the rule regulation, the creating a atmosphere to do that. But the same thing, it happened to the university system. Maybe happens to, you are working in some institution, you are working, if you are boss, then it's okay. But you are working in the some system, then you have to follow those things. Sometimes those system, you may be tired up with fight with this system. Sometimes will be very much all your energy. Even we have seen that it is easy to handle the outside people rather to manage our inside people. Lot of competition, lot of backstepping, and a lot of non-cooperation also, ego, and those things are also hurdle. It is not that. That's why the organization, whether the organizations are ready for that or not. Even the university system, they are calling that consultancy project, right? Nowadays, the consultancy project, I have seen a few of the senior faculties from some university, they are doing the consultancy project, and other like IRMA, even that St. Xavier, XLRI, those are that. Even a lot of IIMs, they obviously they are doing the consultancy. In our university, when it was started the consultancy, we told that we can do that consultancy and other things. Then the the total rule regulation it was formed, and it was found that 53% of the total fund almost we have to give to university. Hello, are you getting me?
Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay.
Interesting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Clear.
Okay. So
Yes, sir. You are audible so well.
thank you. So no, one phone call came. My mother was calling, so I thought that there maybe the network disturbance. Anyway, so they told that 53% of the total thing we have to give to the university. Now, out of the total budget, if 53% is going to the university, as they are giving us 100 days for doing the consultancy services. Uh, but that 53%, because 100 days my salary and those things, so altogether they have calculated the 53% of the consultancy charges university will take, because I am using the university infrastructure as well as that my salary and other things, so altogether. Now if you are getting a 10 lakhs of project and 5 lakhs 30,000 you have to give to the university, and rest of the money, how will manage this project? So there is a question. I mean, as a result, nobody in our university, nobody started this consultancy project. If they are doing this individual level, but not the university level, but it is so several times we are still fighting, and we are still trying to convince that this is not the way we have to make, because they are adding to the GST as is consultancy as a taken as a service and other. So those things are also the part. So as a research organization, as a governance of that you have to see. So before you jump for any research project, you should also know even the finance. You have to know if you are going for the vehicle, how much you will get, whether you per kilometer, this, what is the terms and condition, those things you have to understand before you float anything. Then there is a lot of nowadays the ethics committees are there. There is a question related to IPR and other things are also coming for this there. So organization, so as I told you, first is starting your academic, no doubt, your personal, I mean your expertise on the domain. Second thing is coming your personal thing, entirely personal things. You can't tell. Even sometimes when students are coming to for PhD, say in my department this time we have taken 3 PhD scholar. So in interview I asked them what is their present assignment, how much time they can give to us, whether they will go with the full time or part time, what is the I mean background, even if the girls also, whether what is their plan to for the next, or what can be done, how much time they can give, whether these will be within this state or they can go for the beyond that, if they are going for the seminar or other things, whether it will be a problem for them to attend seminar to any other universities or institution in other states or even other countries. So those things are also required, the personal thing. It is not that I am selecting a topic, I am going for the PhD, and it's not like that. Similarly, you have to understand that okay, my university are giving 8,000 rupees. If you are a non-net fellowship, you will get the 8,000 rupees. So now, whether you will waste your 3 years to get only 8,000 rupees, can you manage from that, or you will go for some other things? So that you have to understand. This is the organization. 3 years or 4 years engagement with us in the PhD. So any research project also. So that's why the first is that I told you in the initial stage, the first is the academic, your topic, right? If I am taking a student, I have to see the what is the background, from which background it is coming. If somebody is coming from the engineer background and coming to me as a doing PhD, I can't guide. I can't guide. I am not capable for that, right? Our department is not capable for that, because we are belong to social science. So as a result, we are not taking them as a guide. So any subject. So the academic thing is there, personal thing is there. Now organization governance. Fourth thing is coming as a engagement, influence, and impact. So you have to see that engagement and impact. How much is that? It sometime it come is the last of this thing. What is your plan? That working with others, how it is like sometimes network and other nowadays even I in the very beginning I told that rural development project yesterday also Tapos Ranjan Chakraborty was discussing about the multi-stakeholder, right? Even the research project also sometime earlier we used to think on the individual ground, but rural development as a complex or the multidimensional or multidisciplinary in nature. Now we are coming with the team, right? I have recently submitted one research project where I have taken a person from my colleague from geography department, right? Because geography department, the GIS application in the rural planning and other thing is important. So I don't have that much skill about the GIS and other little bit of minute. So what you are talking in the initial stage that PRA and RRA, I am a little bit practitioner on PRA exercise, but I don't have the GIS application. But nowadays, in the every project, this is coming that GIS should be the part, so that even each and every household we should put in the GIS application, the remote sensing, the data and others should be there. So that particular thing, the geotagging of the resources, natural resources, if you are going for the rural development in the area for planning, so geotagging is also important. So GIS application for rural development, that thing is coming. Even I was discussing and very I mean maybe with 2 months or 3 months we are coming with a certificate or the certified rural planner, the village planner. So if you are certified from this, you can treat it as a certified rural the village planner. So that what are the things will be there, ingredient will be there. Maybe it is also my one of the dream project that will make a certified village planner from our, with collaboration with other universities or institution. Let me check it how we can make a certified village planner. So that we are working on that. And when we go for this kinds of thing, course and other, it is important that it should be interdisciplinary. So working with the others, you have to be mentally ready that your engagement. Second is that communication and dissemination. It should not be the research is only the some titles bind, or you will present a article in a science journal, or you are going to publish a book. But sometimes it is also important how you are going to, whether you will go for the impact factor journal or that is purely academic. But whether you will going to make your research as an impact, which sometimes is coming as a policy direction. Nowadays, even ICSSR, UGCs and other in India, in other funding agencies, they are coming as a policy directive research, right? Not your academic research, that 3 years or 4 years you will continue your study. After that will come as a scientific journal with sophisticated statistics and data on that. And you'll be very proud that this is the impact factor. But real term, how your research is going to impact to the government, we never bother about that. Whether my research is going to make an impact to the government, to the decision, particularly in our field, the rural development and other, it is not that whether my article will be published, published in a scientific journal with a high impact factor. Rather, I will be happy whether my article is going to make 1 or 2 changes in the existing policy or particular rural development programs or the scheme to implement, and the government is taking my suggestion or recommendation which I got from that. So that was that when I was in a National Institute of Rural Development and other. But the most of the research is not that they are, if you see the NIRD faculties and other, their research, if you search on that, hardly will get in the market industries, even the academic platform or the book and other. But all their research is going to make the policy direction of Ministry of Rural Development, right? And as it is a data from that, and they are dealing with this, sometimes they are not permitted to publish those data, right? But Government of India, Rural Development, Ministry of Rural Development, National Institute of Rural Development, Panchayati Raj is basically policy directive research. So that's why I'm telling you that you have to make you think on that, how your research outcome is going to impact or influence, or it is going to engage with others. So these are the 4 things before you take any research project. as a manager. Again, I am telling, I'm not going to make a subject, whether it's a botany, whether it's a, you are going to engineering, whether it's a health, or whether it's a rural, whether economics, commerce, whatever subject you may be. But these are the four things that you should think on that. And that is creating the entire chapati. Okay. This is the entire chapati, or sometimes you can say it's a pizza. Four pieces of, so domain A, domain B, domain C, and domain D. These are the four together. If these are things are permitting you to take your research, then you should go for research proposal formulation or submitting. If you don't think that, before entering to this, knowing about yourself, what is your personal engagement, what is your family engagement, and what is your academic load or the workload in the this thing, because everything will come from your mind, right? Everything, the creativity or your knowledge or everything will come to your mind. So whether you'll take your research project as your or any project as your I mean, it's a liabilities, or it will be your asset for that. So it should create your new avenues, new knowledge, new domain expertise, or it will create more problem for you. So that is all up to you, how you'll go. So before you go something for any research project, please consider these four files. Now, if you are ready, that yes, academically or my domain, I am ready. Personally, I am ready for that. As by my organization, I am ready for that. Yes, as by my impact and other thing, I have the plan for that. How will my research is going to contribute on that? Again, I am telling, it's not that academic publication. Again, I am telling you how your research is going to impact to the society. Now it is a lot of, say for example, one of my scholar did her PhD on violence against women, particularly gender-based violence. So gender-based violence in the rural Tripura here. And because it's very interesting in that way, that Tripura being a very good literacy rate for women literacy very high. Economically also, number of self-help group and microfinance and the women are very sound. I mean, they are, at least, I can't say sound, but at least they are taking part in economic activities, economic participation. Third is that they are very much politically sensitized. Even 50% reservation in the local government, both autonomous district council as well as the village panchayat, and even Nagar Panchayat also in the municipality, the 50% reservation for women. And the voting percentage for women also very high, no doubt about that. And all together, so politically, economically, and as well as the educationally, they are sound. I feel that violence against women, the gender-based violence or the violence against women specifically in Tripura is also very high. So there is a lot of debate on that. Debate in that sense that somebody is saying that they can register because of the availability of the police stations and other. They are sensitized that they have to register and this, but this is the fact. So when we did the study, obviously the research methodology and other thing, I am not going to tell. I mean, how we did, obviously, the case study method or snowball method to identify, because the villagers are, the rural women, they are not ready to share this thing. They are not ready to expose that thing, because our research is not. But what is and that there is an article for that, and this article is a high impact factor from the USA. It came to publication, and also a lot of citation and other things. Several times they are telling that why not you are sending other articles and this that. So high I mean citation and this, we have publication. Book also came. Everything okay. But there is nothing change in the scenario of the among the this rural women, the violence against rural women. There's never. It was, we made a lot of recommendation. It can be, these are the recommendation as per the PhD last part, the last chapter may be the recommendation of that. So recommendation how to reduce or little bit minimize the violence against women. So all these are there. Tell me, after 3 years of this, every month she's drawn the uh, fellowship of 8,000 per month in Indian currency, and got the PhD awarded. I am very happy. I got some point that yes, one scholar awarded. Publication was very good and as per sound. But nobody in the state government or the central government, nobody has seen our report, the PhD thesis. It is in the library. It is available there in the library. But it has never reached to that. So what happened? That is a big question came to mind. So 3-4 years hard work. She was a lady managing family with 2 babies, work hard to complete the thesis, and thesis was passed and as usual appreciated everything. But what happened to that? The topic we have started after 4 years in the same position. So nowadays the research is coming also changing the dimension. So research project, everything that nowadays is coming to the dimension, how your research is going to impact. So that's why I told that I am not talking about the impact factor journal. Obviously, some of the professors here, they may not be agree with me. They may not like this thing. But what I am trying to mean is that apart from that, I'm not telling that you should not publish that, but I'm telling you, apart from that, how your research is going to carry to the society, how your research is going to carry to the policy level, that will be your responsibility also to be a researcher, to be a manager. I'm coming to that. So sector 2, this section is that now first is that initial stage, as Ranad was telling, telling about that funding. So most of the cases, if you are going for the funding, you have a proposal. I will call tell you the proposal and this. But before you go for that, these are the points you have to understand when you are going for the applying for the research funding, right? What is that? First is the research environment. You have to understand that the factor influencing research environment in which the researcher and those manage, employees, the fund, and other. This includes the legal requirement that PIs and other researchers are obligated to consider, and the PI also needs to be familiar with the context with the recruitment and management of the researcher. So initial stage, as I mentioned you, whether you have research environment or not. Say for example, in university we have a norm that if you have not completed your PhD, sometimes you are not eligible to write a research proposal, or even you can't take a research scholar because still you are not completed your own PhD. So sometimes it is good that you should not take extra burden or extra research, and that you can carry. But sometimes another thoughts are also there, no doubt about that. So research environment, you have to understand what is the rule regulation of your institution and organization. And also, sometimes it happens that when you are sending a funding agency a research proposal, they also think that, okay, if you are assistant professor and sometimes they believe that you do whatever the creditability. Here is that word comes that as well as the credentiality, right? So whether you have enough credentiality to do that, the research. So funding agency will go for that. So your credentiality is also important, that how many research you have already conducted, right? The outcome and on this that maybe. So sometimes it says that you should know that research environment in and around surrounding things. Even if it is you are talking about the social science, if you are talking about the science, whether you have this, say a new department has started and you have joined newly, now you don't have the equipment for that, what is required, the scientific equipment and other things. So whether it is possible to take this research in this junction or not, whether you will wait for a few days, few more months and that. So when the things are get ready, then you will apply for that. So like that. So okay, not this term, maybe next term. Let me in the meantime manage my or arrange my laboratory or other facilities and other. So the research environment you have to understand first. Then it coming that the research stakeholder. See, there are a number of research projects, the funding agency. It may be the government, it may be the non-government, it may be the international thing. So Mahmood Rana is trying to conduct a research project. He is basically Bangladesh, West Bengal, Tripura, this part and other. So what we are trying to make a consortium of institution as well as the organization. So these are the stakeholder. So it is not only from there, but in India, I'm okay. Somebody from Bhutan is also there. Om Katel from the Bhutan Royal University, Bhutan Royal University. You know that. He is also part of that. One from Nepal. So that in this zone, which is called basically East South Asia zone, from the Bay of Bengal to the upper of the eastern Himalaya, this zone. So when we are making a study and we are trying to upload the study, we have already submitted this study. So we made a team. So he will take care of the Bangladesh part. I will take care of this part. Somebody will take care of the Bhutan part. Somebody will take care of this there. Similarly, again, another we submitted another research proposal. That proposal is for the Himalayan region. So you see mode and other. So you have to identify who are the research stakeholder, the project stakeholder. So accordingly and determine what interest is stake have. So that you have to understand, and that access how much influence stakeholder can say, how much I can take care, or how much pressure I can take, or the lead, I mean the workload and the lead I can do for the India thing. Say is a cross-country research, so sometimes some policy level and other thing is that whether I can influence them, whether I can get the proper data or not. If I don't have the capability to influence them, if I don't have the capability to talk to them, and to get the secondary information or something, say our study is on the inter-country, the river. Recently, you know that there is a massive flood in this zone, in the Bangladesh and other, and this zone. So there is a lot of discussion about the conflict between India, Bangladesh, those things related to river things and this. So we thought that why not we can make a scientific study that what are the policies available, how this there should not be covered. So what is our role as a researcher, right? We come out with the proper data, proper thought. It is not the WhatsApp university, it is not the Facebook university, but that should be a solid data. That researcher role is that. So when we are coming with our findings, it should be with the backup with the proper information, proper document, and document research, the policy. So we have collected the river related policy from India, Bangladesh, Nepal, so many volumes of work. And now our team are studying on those things. So policy, where there is a treaty, what is the gaps and lacuna, how it is creating conflict on these rivers, and a number of, millions of people are affected with these river issues. So, but that should be a scientific thought, scientific research. So researcher input will be in that, so that it can influence to the policy direction. So that's why you see, you understand what are the stakeholders are there. So research stakeholder, it is not your academic, okay, I'm getting the study and I will make within this. No, you have to understand who are the stakeholder, who will take your research. I will tell that outcome. Okay, you have come, you came out with the report. Who is going to take your report? It is only for your publication. It is only for your doctorate degree, or it is only for your, how your research is going to influence the policy direction. Then you will be better satisfaction. It will be more acknowledged on that your research has make some path-breaking thing, right? So policy direction, how it can be on that. So research stakeholder you have to understand. Then develop a research proposal. As already mentioned, I am not going entirely detail, but even if you know that we can share some of this. That first is the A4 ideas. You chalk it. Sometimes it's called concept note. I'm sure you have heard about the concept note, right? So A4 idea is basically you are talking about the concept note. So anything you are thinking that, oh, you thought about that. Even for the PhD scholar and other, we used to call, you tell me, what is the topic? What is the area? You come out with at least 1 pages or 2 pages or something. What is your thought? Then we'll come give some inputs on that. We may give some direction and other. But in the initial stage, I never share that I will impose my thought to your PhD thesis, right? I should not impose. Rather, I allow my scholars that you come out with a thought, your expertise, you did your master degree and other experience. You have attended number of seminars or other things also. Then you come out what is your interesting area, what is your thought provoke. Then I will go. So first it will come as a A4 idea. Then read the call and eligibility criteria carefully. Say if it is a expression of interest, the funding agencies, they will give the criteria that these are the things. Sometimes even the organization, even we think that we have seen the lot of projects in Tripura or the states. The people, the funding, the consultancy firm from the Delhi and other, they are coming and they are submitting and they are getting. And after getting the project proposal, they are coming to me or some other colleagues that we are from Delhi and these we got this. So whether you will take a lead, other will help us in this team and this, and I will give you some money for that. Because it is very difficult for that person to handle a project from Delhi to that. So they have to be with the local. And our strength is we have number of students who have completed their masters in rural development and management. So we have a student who knows all the village, all the blocks and other, they are habituated to visit to that. So for a person who is sitting in the Delhi, for him, it's very difficult to manage those team, right? So rather they are coming to us that why not you can also join with us. Sometimes even we feel that we are in the university, this is our thing, we are giving academic thing, we are giving the students and other, but why we can't apply, right? Because the eligibility criteria and other, as I told you, the consultancy project and eligibility criteria, there may be the crores of you have to balance it on that or research experience, because there's a number of research. If we join as a university as a research, sometimes it is a very difficult because it is coming all the department, then you can make a list. So physics, chemistry, these, that, but it may not be required for the development field. So they are doing in the different states, maybe the World Bank for aided project is implementing here, and they are asking for. So the NABARD and other NAPCON and other the consultancy firm, they are better. But after getting the project, they are coming to us. But from here we can't apply, right? Even the NGOs, small NGOs in Tripura and other, they can compete for that because they don't have that expertise, they don't have the manpower, or they even don't have the financial sound budget or this type. So that's why it is very important that read the call and eligibility criteria. They explain the importance of research. Why is it needed, right? As I mentioned you, even I asked this question to my PhD scholar also. Why you want to do a PhD? Even sometimes one senior officer from the agriculture department, he told that I want to do it. Then I told why. No, it's okay. I am about to retirement, but I thought that if I get a PhD degree, then I told her you should not, because the young, if they are getting PhD and after completion they may get some job. So for them, PhD is a criteria to get the job, and for you it will be just an additional degree. So why you will go for that, right? So I told that if it was enough in the initial stage, our department student, let them do that, and you may think for later part maybe. So it is important when you are going for the research proposal, you should know why is it needed, why you should go, right? Consult with your peers, your friends and others that whether you should go, whether what kinds of things, what methodology, and whether they will be part of your team or not. So that you can do, illustrate your project plan, and leave plenty of time to prepare and follow the application instruction exactly. Otherwise, it will be rejected, right? So what are the documents are there? What are the things are required? So everything nowadays is online. So you have to submit those things. So that's why you have to know the plenty of time is required to prepare these things. And sometimes the last moment you will do that. So all the things. So you need a team to prepare all these documents properly, sign. If require some MOU, like we used to do that MOU, that will be supporting kinds of thing that these two organizations are collaborating together to make a consortium kinds of thing that I have some local base. So all the support I can give. Similarly, somebody is from the expertise. So two organizations have together, they can create. So this developing research proposal, again, I have not told what is your sample size, what is this, I have not told. I'm not going to that academic. I'm telling the managing the thing, right? Next, it is kind of research funding, the database of research funded. There are a lot of funding agency, national, international, sometimes even the corporate sector also they are coming, even though within the state level, a lot of, if you go to that, I don't know whether you can explore or not. Every state, every government department or every project, if every project, they have a component for research and the under the administrative care, which is called sometimes as a fund for monitoring and evaluation. The evaluation, I used to do a lot of evaluation research. Number of evaluation research. Almost I believe that I am going to, specialize myself to do evaluation research, not other. It's called evaluation research, which is also coming to the policy evaluation, how the program or projects are running. And I used to give that. Sometime concurrent evaluation on this. I will talk on the evaluation when I'll go for that. But the thing is that you have to see that choosing a fund who will funding you to approach. So who will be the bank? Sometimes your concept or your idea will be good, but your funding agency may not be ready for that. In that case, you can go for the other funding agency. It happens. If you have some good idea, sometimes this funding agency, even it happened to that in our developing countries, people used to go to America and other, it's a brain drain and other thing, because they are not getting proper suitable platform to that. Even it happened to India, that Khurana, the very famous for that. When he asked for the funding to the Indira Gandhi that time, he told him to come. He went to the America and had make that, and after that he make a tremendous thing, right? So sometimes even the funding agency cannot understand your thing. They may even I can't say that they can't understand. Even sometimes it may not be their priority, right? So it happened. It happened that even when it happened to the say for any cricket team, a player, another, sometimes he is not getting chance to his own state, so they are shifting to another state where they are playing and they are getting good thing, right? So sometimes it happened. A lot of, even see the team of New Zealand, the team of even other even America. Recently they have started their cricket team, but most of the players are from our this either from Sri Lanka, either from India, either from Pakistan, either from Bangladesh, either from other countries. They don't have their own team. All these things are players. They are not getting chance because India, maybe that the cricket team, a lot of players are there. So they are not getting the chance. So they are shifting to other country and they become the main team. So very interesting. And they say nowadays this is the trend. So because it's above all, the world is so small and that. So choosing a funder and to approach them properly, right? Sometimes how we are going to influence them, that's why I told it is not your academic thing, but also how we are going to approach them, how we are going to convince them, how we are going to negotiate with them, right? That this is my idea, this idea, how it can going to change the things, how my research is going to give some change in your thing, right? How my research is going to benefit you, like ONGC and other, they are basically the oil companies, and they used to do the research periphery of their zone where they are extracting the oil and natural gas and other. So, but we have to convince them that how this research is going to help them, because they are the oil refining company, why this research is important. But then we try to make them understand that this research, if you are going this research, the people will know, you can understand what is the people need, and other accordingly you can support them, and they can help in your project. They will not distract your project, they will not object your project, and like that, when they will get the substantial livelihood option for that. So sometimes it is required to convince. It is not your academic thought, but how you are going to communicate with them and proper. So funding agency, choosing a proper funding agencies are important, right? There are a number of funding agencies, the small grant and other, the number of, even the international level also, there are funding funds for NGOs, organizations are there who used to give every day. They will send you some from, what the projects are available, right? You can apply for those things. Then that costing and pricing of the research proposal. Sometimes what will be the cost and how we are going to price it properly, right? You have to understand this. Say, for example, what about the total cost, and then 10% of the institutional charge on these all together will be the price. So costing and proper calculated, because the budget is like that, the budget and costing, how much, because the funding agency, as I told you, that the consultancy firm and other, whatever they are getting, they are not giving the same to me. Or sometimes even what is my per day, right? How much I should get per day, right? Now what is my salary? So per day salary, if I am going to consultancy, so how much will be there? And what will be the cost for that? I have to miss my maybe some family activities. I may miss some university activities and other. Then that is coming as a costing on this, and the costing and pricing. That's why proper costing and price. And if it is the more, you will not get the project. If it is the less, it is your loss. So what will be the exact budget? What will be the exact cost for that? What is the exact pricing, right, of your brand? That is important. As a research thing, that it is not that, okay, whatever you will give. No, it's not like that. Your sample size, your travel, the area you are covering, that's all together. The even sometimes the work will be very small, right? But lot of effort you have to give. So how you are going to calculate those pricing? How you are going to calculate those things? So this is important, the costing and pricing of this. And then internal approval. I told you that there may be some specific committee, standard rules or regulations. Say sometime if you are going to the medicinal plan, you are going for a research on medicinal plan. The state government, you have to give each and every document, right? What are the things you are going to collect? What are the things? So there is a rule regulations are there. So standard rule regulation, say for example, university you used to charge 10% or 7.5% as a charge. As I told you, consultancy, if it is a consultancy project, we have three types of project: individual project, departmental project, and a university level project. So three layer of project. If we are doing a consultancy, there something is there. So university will not take any rule responsibility of that. It is entirely your thing. But when it will come to the university, then you have to sign the MOU. University will take some responsibility on that. If the funding agency is, let's say for example, funding agency is giving money to me, right? And after that, I told, okay, I have done, these are the few lines, this is the, I'm dumping the research. And they are not happy. I told, no, okay, I have done it, it is your report. They are told, now it's not happy, your quality is not there. So how they will do that? How will they deal with that? So sometimes the contract is important. What will be the variables? What will the deliverables? What they are actually looking for, right? It is not the getting money and absorbing the money. So sometimes the university also make a sign with that the funding agency sign with the university. I may transfer somewhere, I may go somewhere. Then what will be their money? What will be the outcome? So that's why there should be a certain rule regulation and specific committee for that you have to do. So we have a research and development committee. So wherever we used to submit the proposal, first we submit to the research and development committee. They will go through that. If require some presentations, these are the paper, these are the things, where is the advertisement, these. It will go to that approval to the register. Register will send to the VC. VC is approval. Then it will come. Then the register will send a forwarding letter. I think almost every university is follows there. There may be some other unit on that. Sometimes there quality control, IQVC and other. But you have to understand, being a researcher, you have to understand these committees and rule regulation, and while you are submitting a proposal. Now, submitting a research proposal, it may be offline or online, or it can be direct or indirect, right? So I think there is nothing to discuss in this thing. Online things nowadays is happening. It is easier. You can track what is your proposal, what is happening, what is the feedback it's coming. So and offline is also option. So funding agency sometimes wants that you submit is online, and after that you send it through proper channel through that. So you can submit it online, but also the hard copy, one copy of the hard copy you can send with all documents and supporting documents, and a shot of that you can send it. And it can be direct or indirect. You can send it directly, or you can, sometimes it happen that you will indirectly with some, maybe some other university, maybe some other colleagues collaboratively and other you can send, or indirectly in other mode you can send. Then negotiation, as I told that day also, the JOPA and other, the funding agency will give, say for example, budget of 50 lakhs, right? They may not be ready to give you the 50 lakhs. So here it comes the negotiation. How we are going to negotiate and get more. Why we do negotiate? As much as possible. So out of 50 lakhs, if I can get 50 lakhs, it will be very happy as a researcher, right? Because you have made some pricing and costing for that. So 50 lakhs, you will get that. But the funding is, you will ask each and every question. Why this sample size? Why not this? If it is this sample, why not you can elaborate more these things? So like that, several things will happen. I have seen there was a study in the bonded level in Tripura. So first I submitted the proposal and they simply they approve the things, 20 lakhs, right? But they send a letter, they told that I have to cover each and every village. Now we have more than 1,000 village. And with these 20 lakhs, how I can go to the each and every village? So I made the sample, but they are not ready to with the sample. Okay, they are telling each and every village, like a census. So, sir, 20 lakhs, how I can cover this? Then that entire 20 lakhs, I returned. I had to return. Otherwise, it is quite impossible to do that. So they are happy. They send the sanction letter, but with that condition. So it was very difficult for me, right? Then because they are not aware about this, what is called sample, what is this, so the government department, they are like that. So they they told that it is not the purely research, so labor, ministry of labor, and that also I will tell that there is some background how I approach and I got the project. There was some approach. I will tell you how to advocate with your research, right? You have to advocate that this is the finding, and you have to advocate with your research. You have to be confident with that. I will tell you. Even there was a research project. So I have something came to my research. It is already published and it is available to you. Ministry of Tribal Affairs, they have a repository, digital repository. You can download the report. It is available. All my reports on the tribal issues, almost 11, 12 reports on different schemes. It is available. You can download anytime. But that thing, they told we are not ready to accept and we will not give you the last or the final installment. I told I am not going to compromise with my data because I went to the my researcher and me, we went to that, we prepared that, this is the schedule and is available. If you want to take this, you can verify whether we have earned or not. But I am not going to compromise with the money that this is the findings I have to change. Okay. So as a result, it is important that how you are going to think on that, how you going to negotiate with that. So they are not government department, they always want that there some good thing will be there in the report. They are not ready to accept the negative things, right? Even because I used to do a lot of evaluation study of the government program. So everything good you have to write. They are not ready to accept those things. But being a researcher is also your duty. That whether you will show only the positive thing, then that is where is your ethics, right? As a researcher, this is your downfall. That I have to write as I am not a government employee. It's a third-party evaluation. So why should I write in favor of that? Whatever the fact, I will go with the fact. I'm not going to with that. Whether money is coming or not, that is immaterial, later part. But if I compromise with my research, then it is something different, right? So a lot of consultancy firms also they used to do that. They are hired because they will write good things, everything good. People will say, okay, this report is a third-party evaluation. Now it is called this is the very third-party evaluation. So the consultancy firm they and the government expect that they will write a good thing about their program. But us as a we are getting salary from universities and other uh, for us is a little bit difficult to compromise. Okay, that is true. That next time I will not get the project. Okay, sometime it's okay. No, if I am not getting a project. But if you think that you will write the report at per their requirement, then you are compromising with your. So these are the things, and I am sure that you know the technical and financial bid. Have you heard this thing? Or if you not, then I will talk.
No, sir. Yeah, it will be good if you explain a bit.
Shabar. That's good. That's good. Now, technical and financial bid, it is called bidding. You know the bidding?
Yes,
Bid-
yes, sir. I have heard of bidding.
Okay, let me explain. It's a very simple thing. The thing is, the government used to go for the expression of interest, or RPF sometimes is called. The expression of interest, that we want to conduct a study on that, or some evaluation study, or some baseline survey, or some this is called a diagnostic study. There are several names are there. There will be feasibility studies. Those names generally government used to go for the research. I'm talking about the research project. Now it is open. There is a government tender, open tender. Generally, it is available in India also. It is available government tender. If you go see that, there will be number of this advertisement will be there. Now, number of organization, universities are there who like to do that, who are interested for that. So they will apply for that. This is called expression of interest. So first I will express my interest. So anybody can do that. But seeing my profile or some information that yes, I am from Tripura University. It's a central university, Department of Rural Studies. And some NGOs or some organization is applying, right? Maybe some from some colleges also who don't have that expertise on this. So definitely they will think, okay, from the central university, Department of Rural Studies, maybe, if this project is at par with link, it is coming from the tribal welfare or it is coming for that. So they can consider that these are the 2-3 person or the organization who are competent. I told several times the creditability or competent to do that. So that is called the technical bidding. So first I have to give the technical bidding. So their technical bidding generally there are two things are available. One is your personal thing. One is about the proposal. This is proposal. How the proposal is sound, technically sound, right? So that is one. So that is one, how the proposal is technically sound. Second is whether you are the person to do that thing. Whether you are competent to this or not, with your expertise, with your knowledge, with your past experience and that. So in the technical bid, two things will be there. One is your credentiality as an individual, as an organization, both the credentiality, they will get the number. And also how best is your proposal, technically sound or not. So say for example, out of these 10 organizations who have submitted the proposal, they will give the marks based on the presentation, or maybe they have the team, they will give the marks on your technical thing, right? Clear? Now it will come that, say out of these 10, they have selected 3 organizations. These are the 3 organizations who are having enough experience, who have enough expertise, who their proposal is also sound. Now it will come that which organization will go for, they will open the financial bid, right? The financial bid. So these are out of these 3 organizations, the presentation and other thing, everything, they will make a lot of questions and other. Now they have proved that these are the 3 organizations are capable to do this study throughout based on the sample, large size, maybe the entire state, maybe the 4-5 other states also, like big project like Niti Aayog and other in India. They used to go to, it's not one study, one state. It's a cross-country state. Like I did one study is on the trafficking in women and children. So trafficking in women and children, the national level study from the Women Commission for Women and Children. So we did this study in the national. I was a team member on that. As a northeastern state. In NIRD, we did a study, the demand switchover study, and that was in a 28 state, right? And I had to look after northeastern state, 8 northeastern states. So the cost, this is the large amount, as the budget was more than crores, right? And generally 2 crores, another is a crore as a social science project. It's a large volume. A lot of people were involved. Every state there is a coordinator. There is a networking among the every state, one institution and one person will be engaged, because it's a national level study. You have to complete within a stipulated time. So every state, they have a chapter, state chapter and other. So all things are there. Then it will come to the financial bit. Financial bit means out of these three organization, three proposal, which organization giving or ready to conduct the study with a less price. So bidding will open at a time. It is not that, so somebody may quote, okay, I will do the study within 70 lakh. Somebody has quoted that I will do the study by 82 lakhs. Somebody told study the 90 lakhs, right? So somebody may told that we will conduct the study by 10 lakhs. Even that 10 lakhs, they will again ask the question, how you do manage this entire study within the 10 lakhs or like that. So again, the financial bid also, there will be some questions and other, the negotiation, those parts will be there. This is called financial bid. Clear? So technical bid and financial bid. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So another question: when you are going to give that proposal or the technical bit, so before that, consultation with the university and what charge they will take, and how much this study actually will cost you, these things will take place, and then you are going for the technical bidding and financial bidding, right?
Exactly. That's why I told in the very beginning, the pricing and costing is very important. You have to understand, somebody is from Delhi, I have done a lot of consultancy thing. So somebody called me from Delhi that sir, we are going to float a research study, the bidding for a study will be in our team. So can you share your CV and how much you will charge for that? So based on my present salary and other things, so how many days is called mandates and other, right? So how many days I will be there, and then I will know what will be my role, which part, whether it's a technically support or as a team leader, what will be my role, and based on that, how much we'll get for that, right? And then it's come to the university also, that from if I am engaged in university, how much university will get, because they will allow for that, right? So they are giving my
Yes.
salary. I can't ignore my role and responsibility being a teacher. My first job will be obviously dealing with my student, right? It is not the research you
Yes.
will do, but my first priority will be how I am teaching to my student, right? So that after that it will be there. Based on that, they will calculate, and obviously when it is coming that all the TA, DA, travel, that each and every matter of expenditure, then there will be also their profit, at least 10-15% the profit. And it may happen sometime that when they are bidding, say they have quoted 8,000 per day, Indian currency per day for me. But when they're coming, they say, how much will it may happen that in negotiation they told, sir, we have to manage this, that. So it may be say 5,000. They are giving me 5,000. So 3,000 is from there. So they are negotiating, right? So more they are doing with the less price, it is their profit. This is the consultancy firm. Clear? And
Yes,
you can see
exactly.
number of consultancy firm, Delhi and other, everywhere, every state, there are a number of consultancy firm. Mainly, this is their professional, even a lot of researchers who could not get job maybe in other, and sometimes they leave the job and they are running their consultancy firm. Even after retirement also, I don't know, after retirement also I can get. And for your news and this, we have also registered, the GFSRD also registered as a consultancy firm. So very soon we'll go for the research and consulting, but after a few years, maybe next year another, we'll start our consultancy thing. Okay, so a lot of people are there. We have this expertise, so why not we can start with the consultancy, research, and different states, and so network and even cross-country consultancy. We are thinking for that, and that's why in different country we have country chapter. We are going to network with that. We are signing MOUs with various universities and institutions, so that say now my colleague is here from Nigeria. A lot of professors are there. We are ready to join hand. So why not we can float some research project in African countries also. So we are already started a few project submission and other that is going on. So this is the technical and financial bit. Both the things we will have, then accordingly will be there. And obviously, as I mentioned, there will be also the chance of negotiation. The best bidding is also, you need a better presentation, communication, as also negotiation. Yeah?
Oh, yes, sir, clear. So, sir, as an early researcher, or suppose I have joined an institution and I'm very much new, so I don't have experience of these or any idea about how much the resources who is going to work for me. I have to give them, how much I have to give to the university. So, for guidance and mentoring, where early career researchers can go for this kind of
See, it depends on which university you are going. I mentioned earlier, the discuss with the peer group. That means you talk with the seniors, you talk with the other colleagues also, how they are submitting. But you
Mhm.
talk to the university authority, that how much is the charge, whether there is any guidelines or not, right? You,
Yes,
you
yes.
can you can talk. It's a, and nowadays it's coming now. Earlier it was a competition and other thing. Nowadays is the life is going with the collaboration and cooperation. South-South
Mhm.
cooperation and cross-country cooperation. People are talking about the now we have seen that we had a SARC. This is also
Mhm.
cooperation. Now the BIMSTEC, it is also cooperation, right? So people are talking about the cooperation, like
Mhm.
Kuwait. So several countries they are making small cooperation, and you sometimes will confuse who is friend, who is enemy. They are this cooperation. These are sometimes India, China, and Russia making a one team, and sometimes again India making with cooperation. I mean with America and other thing. These things, right? So G20
Yeah.
is coming, and this time the G20 when Indian presidency, the Africa, all the African Union, they are part of the G20, right? So
Yes.
people are thinking about the more cooperation, and China is trying to. China is also trying to make a lot of things in African countries. When in countries we visit in Africa, you can see that is a huge investment in terms of infrastructure and other the Chinese are making investment. Similarly, other countries are doing. India is also doing a lot of. This is called separate term has come. It's called development cooperation, right? So you should cooperate with that. You should collaborate with various, then it will be much better. In the initial stage, you should learn from your seniors and other professors and try to break the barrier of your mental as well as the subject. You should, as much as possible, interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary approach will be there. You will learn more, right? Not the subject bias. The subject has the, I mean, some influence to others. Clear?
Yes, sir, clear. Thank you so much. It was informative. And thank you.
Okay. Now, third section is all about the managing research project. So if you got that project, as I told the funding agencies, these that got the project. Now it came to you, right? Now it is in your table. The research is already in your table. You have to manage it. You have to run the show. So first is that you have to setting up a research project. The research project team, then monitoring, reporting, and making most of your research. So first is the setting of the research project team. Is the first you go see that what is the project finance it came, what the approval and other thing. Sometimes it's on the first installment, second installment, third installment, how it will come. Sometimes it is a happen the reimburse mode, like it happened to ours also, the reimburse mode. That means you have the sanction letter, first stage you will complete, you will submit the bill, the funding agency will give you to that. Again, you will do the second thing, you'll submit the bill. But sometimes university is not ready with that, or the institution is not ready with that, right? But sometimes they say, yes, I have a sanction letter. It's a government from the sanction letter from the government funding agencies and other. So I want that. So sometimes universities are right. There are few universities, obviously, they are giving the seed fund to the this young researcher, right? They have a stipulated fund that you start a research because sometime you have to start. No, the start point is very important. So they need some seed fund they can generate for that, right? So those are the areas there. So project finance is one, then approval, lot of approval, and these that even 70 we call inception report. I'm sure you have heard the term inception report, all of you. As I
Yes.
mentioned, there is a concept note when you are starting that effort as a concept note, and then it's called as an inception report. That means the project has come, and now you have to give a report to the funding agencies and other that I am going to start this. The inception from today, we are going to start this. This is called inception report. Okay, it's not the one way. Some other documents are also required, like the staff, whether you have given the advertisement or not, recruitment, you have selected the manpower or not, right? You have set up this, whether you have got a dedicated room for that or not. So some inception kinds of thing is required. So staff recruitment, one of the thing, and the legal condition. What are the things? The terms and condition you have to prepare for that of recruitment. So whether that will be continuation, what is the funding there. So everything you have to put in there. So this is called setting up a research project. Now the monitoring. Monitoring of research project, as we make any project, is a development project, or any project is a research project. The monitoring of the project is very, very important. How we are going to monitor. So monitoring, the one is the monitoring time scale, but you have to monitor whether the project should complete. Every project, as I mentioned, there is a start point, there is a finish point, which is called duration. You have to complete within this time, right? So it's a monitoring. You can take the help of NAT chart and other things will come. If required, I can explain all this. I'll tell little bit also. And the monitoring finance, you should see it should not overrun. The cost overrun should not be there. Monitoring the progress, it should come. You can take some other support also, periodical meeting or something, or you can make even the digitalize also. The progress is there. Nowadays, every social science we are creating WhatsApp group, right? They are going to the field, they are sending the data, real time data, and photos and other. And the Google Forms, are nowadays we are using Google Form also, a lot of Google Form. So Google Form, they are data, so we can see that exactly which time they are entering data. They are doing the survey, how many surveys has conducted or not. Even the photographs also, there is a geotag photograph. So they went to other, now people, even young scholar, they used to do a lot of selfies. So used to tell you, whenever you are going, you go take a selfie with the photos or the areas where they are doing based on our study, and that you go to the panchayat and local government, you take a photo from that yes, we can understand. It is not possible that you will go there. So monitoring with those things are important. The progress, how it is happening. Sometimes you call why only 20 household, why not more? So progressing on this and monitoring the staffs. So which staffs will come there. Sometimes if it is a large scale project, then you have to create some dashboard in the computer that which can help in the managing the thing, MIS kinds of thing. That's the monitoring and the management information system. That will help you a lot. Nowadays, even the large research, this thing, they have created a research monitoring system. So when you have started, how much advance you have taken, whether you have submitted the bill or not, whether the fast progress report has went to or not, each and everything they are coming with the controlling with the dashboard, right? So you can enter to that data, you can submit those things. If you want to go to the field, you have to submit that yes, I am going to the field. This is the data. This day I will be absent. So you have to tell that these are the person who will go. If you are going for taking the office vehicle, then you have to give the requisition. You have to write that this is the for the purpose of this is. So each and everything is going to be monitored. So it's based on your scale of project, how much money you have, how much the intensity of the project. Like as I mentioned, we have to work in 28 states. So 28 states managing a research project and complete within the 6 months, it is a big task. But we did it, and it is happening. National Institute of Rural Development, they used to conduct these kinds of study, and they are giving, because if you are coming 3 years, that data is meaningless for the ministry. The ministry is one, within 6 months, 7 months, you will find out the things, what is happening, and you have to give me the submission of the findings, whether we should change this, whether or not. That is concurrent evaluation. So you can't go for the long-term university PhD like research. You have to submit within the 6 months and other, right? So then reporting of the research project is, as I mentioned, the periodic report, final report is the PC is called PCR also, project completion report. Sometimes the project completion report and record also. Nowadays the digital recording are also there. A lot of videos and other things. A lot of reports are there, which will be the later part. It will be say for example. We have in our department, we have in the first semester, when the students of rural management and development, they are joining, we used to give them as a compulsory, every village you have to they have to go the village. So being a head of the department, I started the term it is called My Village, My Identity. So they are coming from the village, and they are first time, though they are staying in the same village, but they have never seen this village as a researcher. So we made a frame that you go and study the village, the resources available, the institution available, what are their condition and other. So we make a format. We give some how to prepare the maps and other. So now they are going to village. So earlier when it was there, they are submitting the report. It's a spiral binding report, and we used to give the marks. The reports are all the papers and other around 50-60 pages report for the village, and it is dumped. I told that no, it may not be. So why not we can make a small video, because nowadays everybody is having the mobile. They are the good photographer, videographer, social media. They are handling in the Facebook and this reel and other. So I told, give me 3 minutes video about the village, right, in different aspects. So they, in the initial stage, they are a little bit hesitating, but I told that let us give this video, and we have created during my headship. I started that one Facebook page for this, and this village for where they are giving this video, we are putting in the uploading this name of the student, name of the village, block, and district and other. And I made a competition that highest views and likes will get the award. So as a result, all the students are sending their in their social media, in their friends and other, even the villagers and the particular block and other. So even we have seen that our those videos are reaching to a lot of people, and our right now presently the followers of our page is more than our university Facebook page follower, because these kinds of videos are coming with the songs and other. So every batch I am getting around 50 to 60 videos, and that is being uploaded. So now you this Facebook are telling that you are eligible for getting money, and you send the account, but the university will do this. So I told no, it is not possible. So we are not going. So now the things have changed. The reporting things also have changed, right? So how you are going to do that? Even your small 3 minutes video can make a lot of impact of more than your 50 pages of report, right? So these kinds of things we are trying to develop. You can also manage the thing, and it's as a beauty thing is that when after this thing there is the freshers and farewell in the program, common program, all the senior student, teachers, universities and there. So I gave that who is the first, so highest like and this, because they are habituated to social media, so why not we use them this thing. And I gave them some award, and they were very happy. So last 2 years I did, and this is my last time, I mean, third year. So the innovative things are also coming on that is a recording. So reporting, you can think how we'll do that, but as I told you, try to make your report should be impactful, not only the impact journal, that is obviously, but apart from that, how your report is going to make the impact. Make the most of the research project. What is there? Do you underspend or overspend? That you should learn when you are submitting the report and everything. Then you have to see whether overspend or it is not only monetary, but the time and other things, whether it's underspend or what might have done differently to better use of the resource. It is a learning, so that it is going to give you expertise to handle with next project, design the next project, handle the next project, manage the next project. So lesson learned from that. Again, I am repeating, I am not talking about the academic, what you are learning. I am telling the managing the research project, right? And how it change the things with the next project. Indeed, you have the cost testing, the penalty or like that. And the impact, as I told you, academic impact and social impact. Even in university, you have the student, sometimes I'm just telling that one English professor, he used to call me Project Chaudhary. He will be very happy. But the thing, he used to call me Project Chaudhary. He knows that most of the cases I deal with number of project and writing project and submitting. Even there was a seminar in one department, and vice chancellor told that the head of the department, you should go and contact and consult with Jayato, why from where he will get the fund. He has a lot of source. The thing is, as it is a rural development department, we are not confined within the one department. We deal with several departments and other several agencies, and rural development nowadays, you know that it is a not only academically may not be sound, but at the policy level and as per the vote and other vote bank, other rural people are always getting important. So as per our subject also, we are trying to deal that, and we used to perform. We completed more than 19 number of evaluation research for that. There are other research, but evaluation research I have completed. So even numbers of evaluation research. My friends are here from Bangladesh. I work as a consultant for UNICEF Dhaka, a number of World Bank, JICA, Indo-German, those projects also I work on that. So many more. So it is not only academic impact, but also you can create a social impact. And for me, being a student or teacher in the field of rural development, for me, the social impact is important. How your research is going to change the society, how your research is going to make some impact on that, right? That is important for me. I used to give more value addition on that, because sometimes it has happened that your people may be in the academic arena, they can read your book and article, but how the common people, from where I get the data, for whom I am getting the salary, how my research is going to impact to that society. So the social impact on the research, I used to do that. And these are the few tools. It is a little bit advanced for any other research project, but some nowadays for the managing project, these are the some tools. And we have a last session, we'll try to make there some open source software which can help you. Like, you know that WBS is a very simple diagram which called work breakdown structure. So who will do what is the, say, research principal investigator, then research associate and research assistant, then field investigator, data entry operator. So that's a team enter there. So work breakdown structure, who will do that, what. Then node charts are also very important nowadays. One page, if you want, then I can explain in later part. And then Microsoft OneNote, these are the few. Somebody was asking about the risk manager. So these are the toolkits I just added. And MS Project 2016, the other versions are there. Ring.com, this is also that available. Project management tools are available. And my colleague will discuss in the last day. Most probably he'll talk about what are the open source software available and how you can help it to manage your project. Okay, so with this, let me stop here, and then I'll go for your questions and answer. So anything now, if you have in your mind and anything.
So you have also talked about the geotagging of the field photos while doing projects. And have you also done any kind of project on geotagging of the natural resources, sir, in your locality?
No. Nowadays, the geotagging, as I told you, that I am not the expertise on that, but my colleagues who are working in the geography department and other, they are doing with the GIS, remote sensing and other. So, but collaboratively, we are doing these things. So, any project anywhere nowadays, particularly as you mentioned, then natural resource management, even for the botany departments and other, they have the specific software to identify. Now, the Google Lens are helping a lot to identify those things. So, geotagging is nowadays very important, and there are many more sophisticated tools are there. Even sometimes we are not that much aware about that thing. Those tools are helping in the. We are just planning for the research methodology course there when we'll add those things, and particularly nowadays the artificial intelligence also helping. One of day before yesterday, one of our colleague from Karnataka, she called me and she would like to submit her research article in our international journal. And she was telling that how her paper in the small village, she tried to make that image and the image analysis to nurture this to study the progress of natural resource management and other. So those tools are coming. Very much those tools are coming, and in the coming future, if you search and based on your research, you can find out proper tool, sophisticated tool, and ChatGPT and other Gemini, ChatGPT, Copilot. Those are the basic tools which can also help you to identify those.
Thank you, sir.
Any other?
Sir, I have some query regarding the project monitoring part. So I actually work as a monitoring and evaluation assistant, and very often I found it challenging to take out these learning and challenges things which our program team actually facing. So I would like to explain about the reporting thing. So monitoring and evaluation has a actually separate department in our NGO, and the reporting of that associates, they are not directly actually reports to the or they are the project managers. They are not actually directly bound to actually work with the monitoring and evaluation department. And when I as a monitoring evaluation assistant is appointed to make sure that the data is submitted timely on timely manner, and the resources who are working on ground, they do document the learnings and challenges whatever they are facing when they are implementing the project on ground. But most of the time I actually see a lack of actually effort to document these things, even to document data in these resources. So any suggestions or any guidance on how we can actually encourage them to document the learnings and challenges whatever they are having while implementing the program on ground, and to make them understand the importance of documenting these learning and challenges, and timely submission of this primary data and reporting and everything.
Thank you. But it depends on the cost involved in your project. Okay, how much you have. So how much sophisticated methods you are going to apply, right? As I told you, it's a large scale. Then is that MIS, you can form a dashboard that what kinds of data, say for example, the medical representatives and other. You can see that every day what the doctors visit and other nowadays in the tab they are making, right? Through tab, the WhatsApp, the apps you can even nowadays it's a very easy to create apps, numbers of apps you can do that, and it costs very less amount, maybe even 10-15,000 it will take charge. They will create a app, specific apps for you, right? To they can send the data, they can upload the photo, they small scale it can be. Or even if you don't have, then you can see the monitoring through report. Okay, even phone, how are you? So that can be monitored whether you want to the field. Okay, even sometimes you can see that every you have that digital cameras are there. Upar wala dekh raha hai. So the people are looking for that top. That is also part of the monitoring thing, right? So people are monitoring. So it depends on the organization, the budget, and the even not necessarily everything you can apply, right? Even America and other India, they have sent China, they have sent nowadays the monitoring. You know, on the top, they are seeing the satellite to monitor these things, the weather monitoring and other everything. They are send the satellite. So every country they are in the competition to see the monitor the other countries' movement, how the things is there, right? And also they are trying to how to cover the monitoring, escape from the monitoring. You know, the Israel and other, they are making Iron Dome, so that even the rockets and missiles are not entering to that. So they have created such a things. So radar is helping to the monitor. Even sometimes people are trying to technology how you can beat the radar, so that any country's radar will not see. So monitoring is like that. That when you are talking about the monitoring, what kinds of tools you have, how much budget you have, how much sophisticated technology you are going to use that. Even you see that the recently there's a Russia as the spy who will recently died, right? So they you can you imagine how they have made that thing, which is the dolphin and the shark, and they are training them to make that thing. to monitor the thing, right? So I'm sure our we have a special session on the project monitoring. My colleague will talk on the different monitoring tools and techniques that then, but based on their ability and the cost involvement, and also how you can handle the degree of things, how you can handle. So as I told you, for each and every study, we used to create a WhatsApp group. Nowadays, WhatsApp group is helping a lot to monitoring your project, where you are, when you are moving or not. You are sending in the any discussion, you are sending in this, you are sending a photograph from there. So because we don't have that much other option, but WhatsApp is helping a lot in monitoring the project. Now, as I told you, the Google form. Earlier, we used to do the, okay, you make a photocopy of these, then it's the data entry. And now it is in the mobile apps. There is all, this is called some ticket, some apps is there. I'll share there. That apps is for the basically for the researcher. You can create the data, you can send the data analysis will be also there, right? So how you'll go for the based on their ability and also your knowledge and skill to handle those things.
Yeah, yes, sir. See, sir, the part of submitting the primary data and all those things, that's not a huge problem. The huge problem comes when actually I sit with them to take out that what are the observations or what are their observations, what are their learnings when they went to the field. Actually, the budget thing, what you have mentioned, is indeed a problem in our organization, because these the organization where I am working, they have actually very much limited budget for monitoring and evaluation. There are many sophisticated tools which we are aware of. Even our resources who are working in monitoring evaluation have expertise in them, but actually the budget is not there. So that's why we are not able to use those softwares and tools. And the second thing is, I think I have tried to do in-depth interviews with the resources who are working on the ground to take out the learnings and challenges they had on the ground. But I observed that whenever the learning and challenge is related to the other party or other function, they are very much willingly, they are actually sharing those observations or learnings with me. But whenever those learning and challenges are related to their own function, suppose I have a community intervention function and I have also a function which works on in the shelter homes. Sometimes they work collaboratively on an area, and they are very much willingly they like to share which are the challenges they are facing while they are working with the other team, and what are the challenges that are coming in the ground when the other team is working. But they are very much reluctant to share what are the actually challenges they are facing from their own function. And sometimes it's because of the fear of their boss, the project manager, that the internal function or internal things, these challenges, if we share with monitoring evaluation team, these are going to likely to be out. So these things, so I have tried in-depth interviews, and partially I was successful actually to take out the learning challenges from them, and the kind of they were assured, and they actually trusted me that if they share learning and challenges, that will going to benefit our next project. So in-depth interview helped me, but I think there is also always a room for improvement, and let's see. I am really excited for your project monitoring part. So if I can learn anything there and implement.
Yeah, generally we used to share a overall thing, but the project specific you have to arrange your own way, right? Because every project is not the same. The degree, the expansion, the volume of the nature, and what kinds of project you are dealing with. As I told you, the subject specific, it matters. But I will tell you that these few questions, I mean, is a specific your subject and project title and the demand. And then nowadays the AI are also helping you a lot on that. How you are going to what kinds of tools you are going to select. Even sometimes we go to the basic things, right? Because ultimately you are dealing with a human being. So whatever the tools are there, and say for example, in I have seen there is a government department. So the thumb thing, the biometric attendance. So they have made such a way that they are entering with the biometric attendance, but there is another door. So they are entering from this door, and after that they are vanished. And the evening also they are coming. I was working in the office, so they are in the campus. So what we have to do? 10 o'clock we are coming, and at least 5:36 we are leaving. And who are staying in the campus, they are coming in the 10 o'clock with this thumb, and they are going to their home in the campus. Again, you will not there. And after with this some shopping and marketing in the evening, and they are coming and they're putting the 8 o'clock. That means the fellow worked from 10 to 8, and we work 10 to 5, right? But we know that he was in the family, in the campus, right?
Yeah.
So it happened. Technologies are there, but human brain is more dangerous. Okay. So the thing is the faith, and the thing is how you can make them, you can motivate them. It's also matter. So any other question? I have seen some
Okay,
hands.
sir, I have no question, just observation. That is, I want to supplement with Uttara madam, monitoring part. So I am a good manager, sir. I'm a good project manager. I have successfully completed the project. I have completed the PCR, project completion report, everything. But the IME, as you know that, implementing monitoring and evaluation division, they visited my project. So they don't try to understand the software, whatever you mentioned. And how can I convince them if they don't try to understand the software, monitoring software, and they are not satisfied with my project? But my project I have completed successfully. So this is my observation, not my question. As a rural development expert, sir, you are the expert, you are the professor, teacher. So as you know that, just this is my observation, not questions. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
No, the thing is, it's not the observation. Sometimes even you don't know what people are actually looking from you, whether they are looking for money or they are looking for some other treatment, right? So that is different. So even you try your level best to satisfy, and they are not happy with that. So some extra thing is required. That extra thing I can't discuss in this. And sometimes I told you, they are telling that you are not release your third final installment. In my study, got that the vocational training government told that only 9% are using those vocational training to start their livelihood activities. But government is telling no, why only 9%? There will be many more. Then I told livelihood is not that only vocational training. After vocational training, there may be other support system in terms of finance, in terms of raw material, in terms of many other things. So training you have given, vocational training, it's a successful, no problem at all. But the thing is, after training, other support system is required to start a livelihood. So it is not your fault. I told in another section, your training is people are satisfied, highly satisfied, those parameters I have met. But when they are applying the training to start their livelihood, because they are not getting the loan, they are not getting the other raw material. So how the vocational training will take that? But now they are not ready to understand. Then I told, if you are not understand, what is my fault? Okay, be with your third installment, you stay there. But the thing is, government, when they have a budget, so when they have approved, they have sanctioned, they have to give it.
Yeah.
Okay, they may delay, but they will give you. Okay, it came like that. But I am not compromised.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
So
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
That extra ingredient, that is another management. You can't. I can't teach. I can't train or I can teach anybody. It is the management style. I will manage. Okay. Any other? Diaz Ahmed.
This is not a question, but I would like to appreciate you for a very detailed explanation I'm an amateur to this whole thing, rural development and all. But listening you to speaking today, presenting, I really benefited a lot. So I would really like to thank you for the detailed explanation and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you. And most probably, I mean, last 2 days we missed you, no? You have not joined. At least today you got the chance to join.
Yeah. Today, I did not have networking interactions.
issue.
Yeah.
Correct. And I found you are a very good teacher, because I don't know what is your profession exactly, but in your message and other thing that you are trying to guide is very nice. Thank you. Thank you with us.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir is presenting real picture, reality amazing. Okay, it's okay. Well, that sir, if our expenses are exhausted more than the project cost, then what the procedure? Nothing. Procedure is that it is your fault as a manager. It is exhausted. That means you have not taken the precaution. You fail to monitor the project properly. So it's your negative point as a manager. If it is a exit. But sometimes if it is not in your control, sometimes it happen. Your thing is, time to time you should give this report to your funding agency with a proper explanation why it happened, why there is a cost overrun, right? Time overrun and cost overrun, these are the two things that you have to understand when you are managing a project. If it is beyond your cost overrun and also time overrun. If it is a time overrun, then it is definitely there is going to be a cost overrun. It's the two interrelated. So time overrun, if you and the cost overrun, both the way, if there is a genuine thing, that something it may happen, there is an accident or the strike or something happen, there is a lockdown, you can't do anything. So you have to pay the extra project staff money and other. You went for the field and you found that there are no vehicles are available, so you have to hire the vehicle with a more cost and other. But those things you have to give a proper explanation, right? If you can make that thing with the document, that's why my colleague and student and Rajat supposed to be here today on the financial management, which is very, but due to some problem he could not join today. And I have taken his budget and I explain all these things. Next week he will talk on that. So auditing and this. So as I mentioned you, even sometime it will be a black spot for you. Whatever you may be the good researcher or the project manager, if you fail to make proper documentation and the audit, right, there will be black spot for you. Sometimes people will suspect you and other. So it is not only knowing your project and expertise, but also you have to understand the financial aspect, financial management, auditing system, and rule regulation. Otherwise, it will be a problem. You should know. Yeah, I am not from the commerce background, so I don't know the balance sheet. No, it's not like that. You have to learn. You have to learn to be a good manager, right? Otherwise, you will face challenges. You may be doing a sound research project or some other project, but the audit objection and other thing, if you don't do, say, okay, part of the good faith, you are doing a good work, honestly, but audit may not allow. For example, your research assistant and other, they may not be allowed for traveling in car or some flights and other things. And you, as a humanity, you are allowing them to go to by flight and other. Then the money, it will be your problem. So you have to tell that you are eligible for traveling by road, not by air. And if they are making extra thing, so you can give the amount, exact amount what is there for by road and kilometer wise and other. And the rest of the money they have to manage by their own pocket or something, right? So if you tell that I don't know, and you are sending your all the field investigator by flight and other, and you are submitting this thing, there will be huge audit objection. So in the initial stage, it is your important. It is your important. You should know what is the rule regulation. even sometime should be very clear that you are staying in the night, any hotel, another. What is your eligibility? If it is 5,000, 6,000 per night, and if it is spending more, then it is difficult. But then how will manage it is all up to you. You can spend the 5,000 on the project, rest of the money from your end. That is good. Any other? Good afternoon. Thanks for sharing. Nice presentation. Which are the funding? Which are the funding agencies? Please share. I don't know. Kiru Baharam. Can you speak? Kiru Baharam. Can you speak? You belong to which place? India or any other country? Kiru Baharan? Maybe he's not. She is not here. I think. Okay. The question is that what are the funding agencies? So funding agency, as I told you, the funding agency it varies on your project. Whether you are going for the social science project, whether you're going for the agriculture project, whether it's going to science and technology business project. So there are numbers of department. Mic not working. So you can write here. I mean. In which state or which country or which your discipline, then I can suggest little bit. So you can elaborate your question. I'll try. Tell me. Tamil Nadu, sir, working in the rural development project, sir, India. Tamil Nadu. Which department? Which department? Yeah, okay. It's a personal thing. We'll deal in the personally because the you are talking about this, but which department you are from, university or the NGOs? What is your background? That is also required little bit. So we'll tell you. Okay, I'm PhD in management, working in the rural development, rural department. Okay, if you are doing that, what kinds of project you are looking for, that is also important. Whether you go for the research project or you are going for the funding agencies project and other. And if you are doing working in the rural department, the rural development department is one of the largest funding source for in India. It is one of the largest funding agencies. The department wise, they have their different schemes are available, which you can make what kinds of research. It is evaluation research, then evaluation research can be done. If you are thinking for a project like there is a call for ICSSR, Indian Council of Social Science Research, ICSSR, Indian Council of Social Science Research. They have called for research proposal, so you can submit those research proposal on the Birsa Munda and the tribal issues. So depends on that. So that's why I told that what background you have, what are the, sir, can you tell some funding agencies other than government agency in the social science research in India? There are many more sources are there other than India. I mean, other than government. First is the government department, definitely the fund, what would they have. Second, there are few agencies are there. Definitely, they are the corporate social responsibilities and other. They have created some fund also. Which is important, that corporate responsibility there. And as I told you that we from the GFSRD and the CPE, and the Rana came, Rana in Dhaka. We have created one South Asian research hub. So if you have some project, right, as a youth, not for all, okay, not for university faculties and other, we don't have that much grant. But as a few of our young colleague was calling over that they are interested from research. If you are interested on research on the climate change and other, if you have a good proposal, then we are here to support you financially also. So we have created a South Asian research hub. That slowly we are trying to grow on that thing. And if you have some research proposal on that also we can support. But again, as Ranada was telling that that should be something new, something innovative, because the funding agencies always look for that what new thing you are going to do. It is not that stereotype for your fulfillment. Nobody is going to give you fund. Funding agency means they are going to fulfill. Even you see in the COP29, they are trying to create climate fund, but the amount is so small. All the NGOs and developing countries, they are against of that we are not going to make it. Very small, and so India also protested for that we are not going to take do anything on this fund. So because the funding agencies always want what you are going to give them, what should be the budget limit for the project. See, again, the budget climate change, the budget is very it's not that much constrained. Am I telling you? It's all about your idea. So it is kinds of you can take as a startup kinds of thing, startup in research, right? But it also depends on your idea or area, what you are. So very soon we will go for the call for. I mean, for me, see what I am trying to develop a minor project, definitely. That concept of minor project of 5 lakhs or 6 lakhs, Dr. Reddy, it is for you. It may be, but for the researcher, it is not like that. Even it may be 30,000, 40,000 or something, maybe some article, writing one article or something related to climate change and other. It's a minor project is as per university system that of less than 5 lakhs or more than this, that is different. And for that, if you have some good project and you are interested on that, we can collaborate, we can join even. I don't know, you are maybe from the Tamil Nadu or Andhra. Dr. Reddy, you are from Andhra? Yeah, Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh, you have, you know, that National Institute of Rural Development there. Andhra Pradesh, most of the National Institute, Rajendra Nagar, Hyderabad, the National Institutes are there. And sometime even the NIRD also used to call the project proposal and other, and they have a climate change department. You can there where we can approach. And I told you there's a that you can name any funding institute. Priti Thakuria. Priti, see, as I mentioned specifically, say for example, right now I am giving a link. I mean, see, I've just given it. I got it just now from the website, right? I just share you. Yes, academic has the number of research funding sources available. So it took only 1 minute to search me from that. But whether it is you are suitable or not, whether it is suitable or not, you have to search for that, right? You have to do a research on that. What will be your funding agency? Then accordingly you have to move. As I told you in the very beginning, your expertise, your that subject domain, where you belong, what kinds of is a large or small, but you can approach it. There are in the state government also there are a number of departments who are giving the fund for the monitoring evaluation, particularly evaluation study. You can grab all those. They sometimes even they are going for the baseline survey. Say for example, I did one database for 1,000 tribal weaver So one NGO, they got a project from somewhere and they are looking for some baseline survey. I charge around 80,000 or something with my students and other. They have collected the weaver with photographs and some 1 or 2 pages information, and with the analysis that they have submitted. So it is a kind of baseline survey, and based on that study, they got a project of around 10 lakhs. So they have invested around 80,000. So nothing for them, right? But without that information, they were not getting the project. So one baseline was, so they initial stage they invested. So they came to me in a university, and I told, okay, these are the things with my student and other, give them a certificate of experience, and also this is a nominal TADA, they can go for that, and it happened. So that is the source of funding. So you can take as a minor, major, and this is different, but it is very important fund. So this is there. Even you can search for. There are other lot of funding agencies. Anytime you search in the Google and other, you will get a lot of things. But as I told you, based on your state, based on your subject domain preference, you can search for that. Even the corporates are also they are coming to that. A lot of R&D they are giving. Okay, then. I think
I will take 1 minute, sir. So Global Forum, Sustainable Rural Development is a big platform. So
I'm trying.
as far as possible, I visited your website. I have seen so many centers you have established. So as an academician, faculty member of a university, so do you have or any plan to provide academic scholarship to the academic scholar for MS or PhD program in future? This is my basic query, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, and the thing is two way I used to support. Maybe that as my individual capacity in the university, I have limited that every year I can take 4 students. So this year I have taken 3, and it was there, and 2 international students. So this time 2 from Bangladesh, 1 from Sri Lanka, they have applied, and I have selected 2. The result will
Okay.
come. So even from your RDA, even from BARD, they also
Yeah.
tried, but because of some problem they could not. But I have always open. This is why this thing. Second thing is that research, again, as you know, as you told, that it is a big organization, but I don't know. We are just started, and we are growing and growing and growing. And but in the meantime, we have made a number of collaboration and MOU with various institutions and universities. So as I mentioned, in Africa, that one of the my colleague Abu Bakr is here most probably. So he has also made a lot of effort to make he's our Africa continent. He is also young, very young, but he used to do a lot of work, and we are collaborating with various universities. So in the coming future, what we are planning to start some certificate and master degree as well as the PhD courses. But these efforts, this is our first, you know, that mostly after 3 years, this is the first program we are taking some remuneration. Okay, fees.
Okay.
We never ask for anything. So funding, this we thought for collaboration and a lot of activities. So this is our first program where we are charging something because for fundraising and some other activities and other. So other courses are coming because even also you can see that only after paying also only 70 number of participants are here. So I don't know whether they are looking for knowledge or they are looking for certificate. I don't know. But anyway, this is all their things. Already it's a prepaid, so no issue at all. If it is a postpaid, there is a lot of question, but it is a prepaid, no issue for me. Anyway, at least I can take the personal care and other and very less disturbance. If it is a more than 200, 500 thing, then there will be a lot of question, lot of disturbance, and other things will be there. Anyway, so what we are trying to do that recently, obviously from our own thing, we started Rabindranath Tagore Rural Development Fellowship, but a small way. colleague, because Rabindranath Tagore has done a lot of in rural development. So as I have learned my master's and PhD in rural development from Vishwavarti, so it's a very small amount maybe, but at least my satisfaction that I am the first person who started rural development fellowship in the name of Rabindranath Tagore.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
Yeah.
at least something, whatever I have earning, something I am also learned from that thing, and Tagore's model or the your Bard Kumila model. So maybe sometime those great person, if God grace and you support with all your support, the PhD in this field. Already we are going to start up with that university in Ilorin University Center for International Education. So we are tying it up, and then we'll start with all these academic university course, so that students should get the university course. And I am belong to university, so always I try. This is not that NGO course. You are getting certificate from International Institute, National Institute of Technology, Indonesia. So first move with them, right? So it's some value addition for that. So efforts are there. Thank you for suggestion and collaboration.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I want to take a university course. Yes, it is coming. It's coming. We are coming 6-month course on sustainable rural development certificate course. Then gradually we'll go to the master degree and other. And again, we are managing one international certificate course on the cooperative management, because nowadays in India, the cooperative as a field, it is coming a big source. The students and other, they should be ready for that. Cooperative management, we are trying to, in collaboration with the university in Ethiopia, we are designing the course. Very soon it will come. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope it is enough and satisfied. Good night. Good night, everybody.
So much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Good night.
Thank
Good night, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. So your
Thank you.
session is very informative and insightful. I benefited a lot, sir, from this session.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Sir.
sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you next week. God bless you.
Thank you.